Today, I want to tell you about my 11 most favorite things about Real. Hey, my name is Sharon Srivatsa, and I serve as the president of Real, which means I work for you. But most importantly, coming up with the things that I love about Real were really, really hard, and I had to distill it down to these 11 things, these 11 ideas that are my most favorite things about Real, and I'd love to share them with you. My first one is this insane culture of collaboration. This is something that you just can't manufacture out of thin air. As a firm, we have chosen something really specific. We've chosen not the or, we've not chosen the growth or culture. Most firms in our industry have chosen growth over culture. And it's worked out okay for some, and it's worked out negatively for others. However, we chose very specifically that this cannot be an or conversation. It has to be an and conversation. We have to have growth and culture to have a powerful, powerful business. And so seeing the true altruistic nature of collaboration across the company lights me up every single day. I see folks around the ecosystem of Real doing things just because they want to do those things in support of everyone else, even though that there are no economics involved. Collaboration is the new superpower. I love the elegant and transparent business model for our agents. I have been associated and run several companies where the business model was stated in one way, but there were special deals in every other way. There were every person's model in economics was completely different, and that created this underlying ill will and also the inability to plan for the agent. Having a elegant and transparent model, which is not just generous in all areas, but is also just strategic, where agents and team leaders can plan for how to build and grow their business, creates an insane advantage for everyone at Real. And we are so excited about an elegant and transparent model that agents can sink their teeth into. Number three, I see this from the inside, and I want to tell you the commitment of our leadership. It goes so much more beyond than what people get to see with the naked eye. When we think about culture internally, I think about these three things, which is do the right thing, do the best you can, and show that you care. Do the right thing, do the best you can, and show that you care. While I'm inside the belly of the beast with the leadership and with our teams, and also with all our agents, I see these three things manifested every single day, which is do the right thing, do the best you can, and show that you care. The commitment of our extended team and our leadership team is beyond compare, because they wake up every morning and figuring out this one thing, which is how do I do the right thing? How do I do the best I can, and how do I show that I care? We're not perfect by any means, but seeing this come to life every single day is a true treat for me, and it's one of my favorite things at Real. I want to talk about number four, which is the combination of tech and humanity. Several companies in our space, in our industry, and in the world have chosen to go the only technology route. And I understand that. I think it's extremely scalable, it's extremely profitable, it drives high valuations, but we have to realize at the end of the day that our technology is built to serve our agents so that our agents can have a significantly better experience in building their business, growing their teams, and serving our clients overall. We have to believe in something so much more special than just putting up an app and thinking the world will drop money at you. Combining the power of humanity, the power of people with the power of technology, we sit at the intersection of that. The belief around that, the commitment to that is so insane. We have thousands of agents around the country with culture in the cloud. The reason we're able to do that efficiently and effectively and still provide a great business model is believing in the combination of tech and humanity. We are a technology company, but we're powered by humans. We're powered by great people who help make dreams come true. Without that interaction, nothing will happen. The vision of One Real is one thing that I love, and I wake up to, and I cherish, and I think it makes me grow and challenge and think deeper myself and with our teams. And One Real is both a product concept as well as a cultural concept. And let me break it down for you. We have a chance we have an opportunity to change the way the real estate business is run. And someone has to take that and believe in a bigger and better future when it comes to the future of real estate. Is probably the only dinosaur industry left where nothing has changed for decades. And us having a chance to say the disjointed pieces of the transaction, may it be the brokerage layer, the transaction layer, the financing mortgage layer, or the title recording layer, how they're all have had disjointed experiences, and we as agents have had to bring them all together. That the power of that is really, really intense when you can say, can I put an experience layer on top of all of this, where the one real experience is the experience of allowing a consumer to feel all an integrated experience in the home buying journey, in the home selling journey. How can you have all of those pieces connected? But to have all of those pieces connected, something powerful has to happen. And we have to believe in the idea of One Real, which is also a cultural concept. The cultural concept is, let's ensure that there are no silos. In the traditional real estate offices, even though there's a network of hundreds of offices around the state or the country or internationally, you couldn't walk into another office and have rapport, have camaraderie. Yes, you are connected to the brand, but you're only connected to that singular office. And if the leadership in that office changes, if the dynamics of the office changes, the market changes, boom, that's a silo and it's broken down. We're also seeing the silos happen with some similarities of business models out there where the silos are so deep that the network effect is completely fragmented. We have a chance to do so much better, and we've already shown the power of One Real, where the network effect, that the size of the network is the power of the network. The size of the network is our strength. The size of the network is our unfair advantage. The size of the network and the accessibility of that One Real feeling is what brings us all together. So not only is it a product concept, but it's also a cultural concept. I want to talk about putting the agent at the center. We believe, and this is foundational to the belief, we believe that this business of helping a client with their home buying or home selling journey, which is one of the largest asset purchases in their lives, the transaction is too complex, and there's so many pieces that are both technical, legal, as well as emotional involved in the process. And the agent being at the center is our foundational belief. And so we wake up in the morning and ask this one question that was the seed of how Real started, which is, how do we make the lives of our agents better? Because when we make the lives of our agents better, they have a more stress-free experience, they have more time, so they can do better to serve their clients and take care of their families. Putting the agent in the center of the transaction, believing that the agent is here to stay and at the center of the transaction is our core belief, and supporting them through both the tech and the humanity is what fires me up and is core to doing whatever it takes to benefit and do better with the life of the agent. Because of all of this brings me to number 7. And it is the idea of creating a platform of possibilities. And what do I mean by a platform of possibilities? I don't think that we are just a brokerage. I don't think that we are just a network. I don't think we are just a community. I think we're so much more than that. I believe that Real is a true platform of possibilities. And when I talk about possibilities, I talk about performance, I talk about growth, I talk about a bigger and better future. What is this platform of possibilities? An agent in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, or a team in San Diego, California can both think and build their businesses differently. They're not limited to anything. Teams can build teams. Individuals can serve individuals. You can have one agent with assistants. We have investors building their businesses on top of the Real model. We have lead generators creating a nationwide network to support more production. We have coaches and consultants who have realized that they can bring together agents and drive performance by building multi-centered teams that can actually create more economic value. Real is a platform of possibilities, given that it ties together the culture, a business model, and a platform with tools, tech, and training that allows for people to say, you know what, I'm going to go after my true zone of genius and do what I do best and not have to just only sell more homes. Maybe I can support the transaction in a completely different way by still driving to a production-based environment. Knowing that we have created a platform of possibilities for for our agents makes me so excited to wake up and do more of that every single day. That goes to the heart of this one thing, which is the DNA of partnership. Everything that happens at Real is based around this DNA of partnership. We are partners with our agents. We, the company, is our partners with the agents. How we do things is entirely based on a partnership model. Until an agent makes money, Real does not make money. In fact, not only does Real does not make money, Real takes the money that was made in the transaction and turns around and hands close to 50 to 60% of it back in revenue share as a thank you to our agents for this partnership. The power of the partnership is built into everything that we do, because at the end of the day, until the agent does well, Real doesn't benefit. And until Real can provide this platform of possibilities, an agent can't do well. This goes to the true DNA of us being partners. This also takes us to the advantage of being publicly traded. It's often minimized, and there's a lot of governance associated work with that. But being publicly traded provides us multiple advantages. The first is access to the public markets for network connections, funding, advice, etc. But more importantly, going public to do this one specific thing, which is give our agents, our partners, our stakeholders liquidity in the growth of the company. So it's not just tied in a private company that you got options or shares that never goes public. In fact, where the traditional model of raising a bunch of money and trying to hit a valuation and then not being able to hit that valuation, having to go public with no other choice, forces a different set of incentives and economics. Giving our agents the power, the flexibility to understand that they are partners on the growth with us, and being able to get the liquidity of these shares is insanely powerful. It also forces us to be ultra transparent in everything that we do. Since we report earnings every single quarter, since we talk about all our initiatives, every single thing that we do as a company is available in the public domain because we are truly accountable and truly transparent in everything that we do. The being publicly traded is an insane advantage for us, especially because it gives liquidity to our agents to be partners in our growth overall. This component of willable revenue share. Willable revenue share is super powerful, a powerful construct, because we know that two things are true in the real estate business. Thing number one is the more you take seriously of being a career-minded agent, for focusing our careers as a real estate agent, the better we end up doing. But the issue with that is when we focus our career as a real estate agent and our career ends and the music stops, what happens? There is no exit. There is no exit. So the idea that I can do as an agent, I can work and do what I do today. I can create value for our company. I can build and help the company grow with attracting agents to come to the company. I can be a part in the growth of the company, do what I do today as an agent, but then see my family benefit from it when I'm not around is really powerful. I use this quote often. I said, help us build a great company today so that our company can take care of your family tomorrow. So having the revenue share stream, which is a lot of times what we call cash flow insurance, if something unfortunate were to happen to one of us, which we know is not an if but a when, will our families and will our heirs be taken care of? And having the company support that vision is insanely powerful, because we are not only supporting the careers of our agents today, we're supporting and thanking them for their service today so that we can support their families for years to come. Willable revenue share is insanely powerful, and it's one of the most powerful, important things to me, because it allows us to know that we can partner with agents today and then take care of their families for years to come. But most importantly, I believe that we are the underdog. We are the underdog in everything that we're doing. We woke up and we said, we're going to build culture in the cloud. We woke up and we said, we're going to create a model that is extremely transparent and elegant and generous to the agent, so it's simple to understand, so that an agent can build a platform of possibilities. They can build their business in any way that they want. We are going to build a technology and human component to this, where you get the technology, the tools, and the training associated with all of this. But it bucks the trend of what the real estate industry is used to. They say, oh, culture in the cloud won't work. The economic model is not sustainable. The tech and the tools are not good enough. But we get a chance to wake up and say that we are the underdog, that we are building a bigger and better future, not just for ourselves and our teams, but also our family. We have a chance to wake up and show that I have a vision that is so much bigger to transform this industry, to create the concept of One Real, not just from the product construct perspective where it helps the consumer have a seamless transaction, but also from a cultural perspective where we can all be together. We can be partners in building a company that is not just great today, but takes care of our family tomorrow. Those are my 11 things that I love about being at Real and being partners.